again, this is Andy from potatoesandpros.com, and in this video I am going to be putting my Instant Pot Ace blender to the test. I have already made almond milk, I've already made soup, and I've already made ice cream in my blender. I have a playlist for that. I'll either put it up here or I will put it down below in the description or put it in both places. But today I want to find out if the Instant Pot blender can do more than make sauces and soups. And I mean, ice cream's cool, but how many actual things can I get out of this blender? So today I'm going to try to make mashed potatoes. I don't know if it's going to work. At this point of filming this intro, I have no idea if it's going to work. We're going to find out together. I have a plan of attack. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do. We're gonna test it, and we're gonna see what happens right after this. Okay, let's get into it. So I am going to be honest in the beginning. This took a couple of tries to get it right. So this first one right here is my bad try. And we'll talk about how it went bad after I go through my process. So I put in 2 cups of potatoes. I chopped them up. I took the skin off. I don't like skin on potatoes. So I went ahead and got rid of all of that. I'm gonna put in 3/4 cup of veggie broth. My thought process behind this was when you make mashed potatoes, you cook down the potatoes in liquid. So I wanted the liquid in there, and then I'm going to mix in the milk later. I've gone ahead and added in my butter. I'm gonna also add in 1 teaspoon of garlic. I like garlic butter mashed potatoes, so I felt like this would be a good mix. Once I put in that garlic, I am done with all my ingredients in the pot. Once again, with the milk, my plan was to add that after everything had cooked and add in salt and pepper to taste at the very end. I am gonna go ahead and put the blender into pulse mode or puree mode. The reason I'm doing that is because my thought process was chopping down larger vegetables into smaller chunks. But in puree mode, it made it a straight up potato milk almost. When I think puree, I think of baby foods, and this was not even a baby food. It was just straight up milk. So then I said to myself, let me try to put this in soup mode. Not on the blending cycle, just in soup mode to try to cook out some of the liquid to thicken it up. This is my thought process. And it worked kinda. It was not good. It almost had the consistency of, I don't know if you've had this before, but cream of rice or cream of wheat. More on the cream of rice side. As you can see, it just looks like a pile of gruel. So that did not go well at all. So being the science major that I decided that this required a second round of testing, coming in with a new plan, a new idea, and trying to make this correct, because I felt at the time that making mashed potatoes in an Instant Pot blender was something that could be done. So now we're going to get into my second round, attempt 2 of making mashed potatoes. So I started again with about 2 cups of potatoes, peeled and cut up into chunks. This time, I decided that I was going to put the dairy in the blender. So I put in 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. I did not use milk. I wanted good creamy potatoes. So I said whipping cream, and I put in 1/4 cup veggie broth. So that's a half a cup total, which is a little bit less liquid than what I had in the first try. And part of that liquid is a cream. I put in 2 tablespoons of butter. In the first try, I put in 3 tablespoons of butter. And this time I went ahead and I put the salt in. I probably put in about a teaspoon and a half of salt into the blender. I skipped the puree process and went straight to soup. And I did the soup selection that turns off the blender mechanism, the blade inside, and so it cooks it down. It does twirl the blade to blend it, but it doesn't twirl the blade to chop up. And so once it was done, it still looked liquidy, but when I saw it, I said, hey, I feel like this just needs to be stirred. So when I took it out the blender and stirred it up a little bit, it actually came out as pretty delicious mashed potatoes. Now, would I still change this recipe? Yes, I probably would put in even less chicken broth. The reason I put in that broth is because this is a cooking device and I don't want potatoes burnt to the bottom, and cream burns as well. But these potatoes came out so good. Yes, they could have used a little bit more thickening, but I would recommend this. I'll put what I used once again down in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this tester video. I kind of like doing things like this. Once again, I was a science major in college, so this type of stuff really appeals to me. If you guys like videos like this, or if you like videos like this, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I post here a lot about food, a lot about food gadgets, and sometimes I post some travel videos of interesting hotels I stay in and just different types of food. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.